I'm Jim Rockford. I've been on vacation. I came back to see how Richie was doing. Hey, you've been doing a good job.
Ah, you don't have to say that.
No, really, you're getting the job done.
Really?
Ah, so you got busted, huh?
There's been an accident, but he's going to be okay.
My husband is dead. He died 11 days ago.
Hi, I'm Charlie Perkins, Perkins Pest Control. I mean, $300,000, that's a lot of motive. I got this plan. We're going to have to stay here tonight.
Sure.
I said let go of my shirt! School's out. Sun's coming up and the days are getting longer. No doubt. California girls got me feeling stronger. Everybody's hanging around. Wind is strong and the surf is steady. Everybody's playing it down. Bop, bop, trying to be cool, but you know they're ready. Just can't imagine what the world would be without a West Coast woman getting next to me. Short bed Chevy by the bright blue sea. Oh, school's out. Summer's coming. School's out. Don't you know school's out? Summer's coming. School's out.
Productions of Richie Brockelman are brought to you tonight by Ford and your local Ford dealer.
Tell my wife. Eileen Kelly. Warner Apartments. Warner Apartments.
Yes?
Dave? Lou. We caught up with him near Ridge Highway. He went over the side.
Is he dead?
No, some kid was there, pulled him out of the car.
Did you get them?
Look, there were people there, witnesses. I'm not sticking my neck out without orders.
Yeah. I'll get into it.
Set him up in B, hook up an IV, and type him. You, see that lady?
Hi. His name at the top here, last name first. Fill out all 3 copies and sign by the red mark.
Well, the problem is I don't know his last name first.
But these forms have to...
Well, he said that he had a wife at some apartment building. I'll tell you what, why don't I bring her back here, okay?
Well, you better bring somebody back or you'll have to take that man elsewhere.
Who is it?
Mrs. Eileen Kelly?
Yes?
My name's Richard Brockelman. It's about your husband. The doctor says it isn't serious, that he's going to be okay.
Doctor, what are you talking about?
Ma'am, there's been an accident, but he's going to be okay.
Accident? My husband is dead. He died 11 days ago in a plane crash.
Ma'am, he told me that his wife's name was Eileen Kelly.
If you don't get out of here, I'm calling the police.
Excuse me, ma'am, that's him.
What?
That's the guy, and right now he's at the emergency ward at St. Anne's Hospital. And if you don't get down there right away, they're going to wheel his gurney out onto the sidewalk and hook him to a passing cab. Hi, this is Mrs. Kelly.
I beg your pardon?
Mrs. Kelly?
This young man said my husband was brought in about an hour ago.
Well, that would make it about 11 o'clock. Kelly.
Yeah, don't you remember? I drove up in my car and they wheeled him in here.
No, I don't have anybody here by the name of Kelly.
You were standing right here. They wheeled him into that room.
I'm sorry. Hey, you can't go in there.
What do you think you're doing?
Doc,
Who are you and what do you want?
I'm sorry, Doctor.
I'm sorry, too. Could you tell me where you put him?
Young man, get out of here.
Yeah, I will. I promise. If you just tell me first where you put Kelly.
I don't know any Kelly.
Kelly, the man I brought in my car?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me guess. You never saw me before either.
Miss Logan, call security, please.
Yes, Doctor, right away.
Yeah, right. You do that, lady. Listen, Mrs. Kelly, I know this is a big mess, but it's nothing that we can't straighten out.
What kind of a sick joke is this?
Believe me, there is a logical explanation for all of this.
All right, you got me down here. Congratulations.
Mrs. Kelly, I understand your position, and if I were in this position, I'd be saying the exact same things, but you gotta understand.
Just keep your hands off me.
Hold it.
Listen,
Hold
I'm trying
it.
to catch up with
May I
this
have
lady
some
here.
identification?
She's getting away.
Some identification?
All right, my name is Brockelman. I'm a licensed private investigator. At 11 o'clock, I pulled a man out of a car wreck.
We didn't receive any accident victims tonight, Mr. Brockelman. Now, let's go down to security and talk
Hey,
about
will
it.
you let go of my shirt, please?
We'll need a full report, sir.
Report? You guys lose a patient? You expect me to make a report? Ask him. He's the guy who stuffed him down the laundry chute or put him in a closet somewhere.
Now, don't cause me any trouble.
I said let go of my shirt!
What are you doing? You said there'd be no trouble.
Don't be stupid.
You think I'm crackers? He went over the side right there.
Dr. Lewis says otherwise.
Well, I'd like to hear Dr. Lewis say otherwise about this.
Oh, yeah. That's going to take a lot of explaining.
Boy, I swear to you, there was a wrecked car down there yesterday.
You think the auto club hauled it away?
It said Caine and Abel on the side.
Richie, I keep telling you, you got to keep the old tools sharp. Mind and body. You know one of your problems? You don't eat right. Hey, how about I take you to breakfast, huh? Couple eggs over easy, some French toast. Make you feel like a million.
You're gonna knock all day? She ain't in.
Ma'am, excuse me. I'm Charlie Perkins of Perkins Pest Control. I'm here to certify the Kelly apartment.
Yeah, what?
Well, we had a Class C infestation of the subflooring of the pantry area.
What are you talking about?
Verminous infectious. We laid in about 2 quarts of diaphanous chloride day before yesterday.
Look, Sonny boy, I don't have no bugs in my building.
Well, not anymore, but I still got to check it out.
What'd you say your name was?
Perkins. Charlie Perkins of Perkins Pest Control.
Perkins Pest Control? I never heard of no company like that.
Look, I got to be somewhere in 20 minutes, and this apartment has to be certified.
No, I don't know.
Lady, have it your own way. If I don't file with the Board of Health by 5 o'clock, they're going to send an inspector down. Before you know it, they're going to be checking out every kitchen in the building. Holy mackerel, I'm going to be late. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll call my father. He'll bring over the panel truck. He should be here no later than 4 o'clock. Maybe the Kellys will be home then.
Oh, wait, hold it. You want to look, and you file that paper quick, because I don't want no city inspectors around here, okay?
Okay.
What's the matter?
Noxious lycomia. It's very strong. Have you ever had shots for it?
No.
Well, it's not going to kill you, but it's strong enough to make you sick. What do you say I just knock on your door when I'm finished?
Okay.
Mom? Mom? You home? Mom, I'm here.
Hi, I'm Charlie Perkins, Perkins Pest Control.
Who let you in? Where's my mother?
Well, the thing of it is...
Where's my mother? What's happened to her?
Why should anything have happened? I'm just here checking the baseboards.
That's it, I'm calling the cops.
Wait a second. Please, don't call. Listen, I'm not Perkins. I'm Richie Brockelman. I'm a private eye.
Ew. You're Brockelman. You're the creep who busted into my mom last night.
Look, Miss Kelly...
2 o'clock last night. My mom called me at the dorm at San Francisco. She's hysterical, thanks to you. I get in my car and I drive 8 hours. For what? For some kind of a dumb joke?
It's not a dumb joke. That picture.
What?
There was a picture on that television set.
My father.
Medium height, about 50, blue eyes, a scar on the back of his hand. I saw him yesterday.
I'm calling the cops.
You don't need to. I really am a private investigator. I'm going down to the station now. I'll drive you there.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you shoving me for?
I'm trying to save your life.
Listen, Brockelman, I know karate.
Well, I hope you know a lot, 'cause those 2 guys are after the hair of our chinny chin chin.
It's folding.
All right, out you go.
I am not going out
Miss
that
Kelly,
window.
move it, huh? If they were selling magazines door to door, they'd probably ring the bell. Now, out you go.
Oh, no!
Forget it. We're just wasting time.
40 minutes out of LAX, headed for Hawaii. My dad, Edgar Wolf's wife and daughter. Engine trouble. They found the wreckage.
But no bodies.
They can't find the bodies because they're alive. That's what they're trying to cover up, don't you see? Zip up.
You see, Richie thinks he saw a man who may look like that picture.
Oh, yeah, now I'm not only crazy, but I'm blind, too, right?
He thinks he took him to a hospital. Never mind that the doctor never saw him before.
The doctor's...
He thinks he saw a car go over a cliff. Never mind that we can't find any skid marks, let alone a 2-ton car.
Yeah, what about those 2 guys at the apartment this morning? I suppose that Ginny and I were having a kind of a joint nightmare.
That's true, Sergeant. They were trying to break into the apartment.
All right. All right, I'll go to the apartment and I'll check it out.
We'll go with you.
No. You take this nice young woman to your office and sit tight and wait.
Sergeant.
Wait until I call. Oh, and Rich, I'm not going to log out on this, you see, because I already logged out this morning for that little joyride you took me on in the mountains this morning. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if anybody finds out that you sent me on another great white goose chase, I'm going to deep fry your butt in my new hibachi.
What's the matter?
Sharon's fern.
Huh?
It's a signal in case there's some kind of problem.
Like a bill collector?
Well, yeah, that's one of the problems that I have to deal with. Better check it out.
Mr. Brockelman's office?
Hi, Sharon, it's me.
Oh, hello, Mr. Schwartz.
We got visitors?
That's right.
The finance company?
I don't think so, Mr. Schwartz. Mr. Brockelman should be calling in around 2.
2 of them? They're not getting tough with you, are they?
No, not yet, sir. However, Mr. Brockelman suggested that we refer your case to Mr. Coopersmith.
All right, Sharon, you hang tight. Don't get nervous. I'll have them there right away.
Thank you for your concern, sir. Goodbye.
Yeah, I want to talk to Coopersmith, please. Boy, I'll tell you, this is some crazy business. Last week, I had a big case dry up on me. Now, all of a sudden, I got a new lead. This runaway girl, heiress to a cheese fortune, she's up in San Francisco. So, the thing of it is I got to drive up there, so I was figuring, you know, maybe you'd tag along with me and I'll drop you off at the dormitory on the way.
They're up there, huh?
What?
Those 2 guys, they're, in your office, right?
Well, yeah, there's a couple of gentlemen up there to see me, sure.
What kind of private detective are you, blowing off a client just because there might be a little trouble?
Well, first of all, you're not a client.
Well, what am I, shredded wheat?
Excuse me, but I believe I get $200 a day plus expenses.
Oh. Great. My dad's gone, my mom's disappeared, and for a lousy $200 a day, you're just gonna blow me off. Thanks, Brockelman. You've been terrific.
Hey, Ginny. Come on, get back in the car, will you? Hey, Ginny, get in the car, will you? Come on. Come on, get in the car. Here.
Where are we going?
There.
Right this way to good old number 9. You kids are gonna love this room. Only one in the place with a waterbed.
Oh, that's terrific. Thanks a lot. Right this way to number 9.
You see this? Special lights, mirrors. You like, huh? Ah, and how's this for sheer comfort? Almost feels like you're in orbit if you kids know what I mean, huh? 240 gallons of thermostatically heated, algae-resistant water. My wife tells me they use these things a lot now in hospitals for burn patients. Well, what do you think?
Well, I think it's just terrific. Thanks a lot.
You need quarters?
What?
Quarters for the closed-circuit TV. 4 quarters for every 30 minutes. Worst thing in the world is to have the old picture conk out on you and all that, show.
Yeah, well, thanks, but I think we'll be okay.
You don't want a couple of rolls?
No, thanks.
Okay, to each his own.
All right.
Just so you understand, Brockelman, I'm engaged.
Yeah, right. Hi, Clayton Development Corporation. Yeah, this is Oscar Levinson of the Northeast Standard Life and Casualty Company. I'd like to speak to someone about your group life pension program. Uh-huh. Oh, who is that who handles that? Okay, great. Thanks a lot. Sorry.
What was that all about?
Insurance. You see, if your dad's alive, maybe this guy Wolf is alive. Big executive, big company, that means a big insurance policy. You know what that's worth to me? Maybe 10, 15%. Now, you hang here, don't let anybody in except for me.
Hey, do you have any quarters for the TV?
Hey, listen, you drove all night. Why don't you just get a good nap?
In this fun house?
Listen, I'll be back in an hour. Cooper Smith should have those 2 guys on ice by then, okay?
Well, in this particular case, Sonny, I'm not looking for any outside help. You really got a PI license?
Hey, I got one, okay? I also got something else. Tim Kelly, pilot of that plane, I saw him last night, alive. And if he's alive, maybe Wolf's alive, and his wife, and his daughter.
Yeah? And maybe I'm going to lose 40 pounds next week.
You don't have any bodies, do you?
Have them Friday. 4:30, Point Magoo.
Says who?
Computer. Figured the tide, waves, currents, all that action. Come Friday, I'll be there waiting.
Yeah, we'll bring a blanket. Look, Wolf's the company treasurer. Now, suppose he's dipping his pinkies into the till. Now, suddenly he splits, taking with him a pillowcase full of Clayton's money. He fakes an accident to cover his trail, and your Great Divide Insurance Company gets stiffed out of $300,000.
That's great, kid. Except for one thing. All the beneficiaries are on the plane. Wife, daughter. Well, all except the son.
What?
You can forget about him.
Why?
He's a crazy actor. Ned Wolf. A real loon. Told him there might be some insurance. You know what he says? Stick it. Doesn't want it. Not a dime.
Yeah, that's what he says until you shove a check under his nose.
I'll tell you what, kid. If this is a wool job, you got my word. It's worth 5 to you.
Percent?
100. I'll be in touch, Brockelman, okay?
Okay.
And like they say, don't call me, I'll call you.
Mr. Brockelman's office?
Hi, Sharon, it's me. Listen, I gotta pick up...
Oh, Mr. Schwartz, I'm so glad you called back.
Schwartz?
Well, it's hard to believe, but I'm still waiting to hear from Mr. Cooper Smith.
All right, now listen to me, Sharon. Don't panic. Do you hear me? Don't panic.
Well, that's rather difficult, sir, under the circumstances.
Now just sit tight. Don't make a false move. There'll be men in uniform there in 3 minutes. Operator, get me police emergency. Listen, I think you got a fire here at the Bromley building, 4th and Alameda. Yeah, there's smoke coming out of the 2nd floor front. Hang on a second. What? What? Now they're saying there's a whole lot of people hurt. You better send an ambulance. You better send 2. Hey, Ronnie?
You mean Cooper Smith? Sergeant Terrific is deigned not to grace us with his company.
What?
You know what I'm working, Rich? 16 straight tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday. Me and everybody else. Double shifts up the old time clock. Oh, except for Sergeant Terrific, who suddenly decides to take a week.
Well, he can't. He's working on a case.
Case of scotch, maybe. He just called in. Him and his fishing pole. They're up in the Rockies, he says, somewhere west of Utah and south of Canada.
Richie!
Hey, didn't you hear me knocking? What are you doing outside with that towel on? Get in there.
I was just, about to take a cold shower. I got tired watching TV.
Forget the TV. They got Cooper Smith.
What are you talking about?
You're kidding me. You're watching this? You're kidding me.
It's the only thing on.
How do you get this thing off?
Well, you can't turn it off. You just have to wait till it runs out.
Forget the TV. Sit down. No, get dressed. No, sit down.
You are a very uptight character.
First of all, I am not a very uptight character. Second of all, I am simply trying to stay on top of the situation and treat our predicament with some degree of reality.
It's a mess, huh?
Yeah, well, it's a little untidy, sure.
All right, those two guys, they got Cooper Smith?
Well, actually, no. Those two guys are still involved at the office. At least I think they are.
Richie, you want to know something? I'm a little scared.
Why are you scared? Come on. This is the usual kind of thing for me. I mean, I run into this situation all the time. Not these exact same circumstances, but I'll tell you what. I got a plan. Well, an idea. You see, if we can find this Ned Wolf, maybe we can find his father. We can find his father, maybe we can find your father. Well, I know it seems like I'm not doing a whole heck of a lot, but that's the best.
Rich, it's okay. I think you're doing fine. I got a lot of faith in you.
Yeah, so, we are gonna have to stay here tonight.
Sure.
Cindy, you're terrific. You're really terrific. And I want you to know that if it were a month from now...
I know. Same for me.
I mean, it's just a question of priorities.
And commitments.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Just so you know, it's not a question of what I might or might not do under other circumstances.
Rich, I think that we agree completely.
Yeah, well, I was just hoping that we could get that straightened out, you know?
Yeah, I believe in being right up front.
Okay.
Okay. I have to wash my hair and get dressed.
Okay.
All right, friend. Now, just who are you and what are you doing here? 16.
Mr. Champlain's office? No, I'm sorry, he's not in yet. May I ask who's calling?
Ward Donnelly, it's about a wash and wax job. I'm supposed to pick up his car sometime this morning.
Is this Mr. Brockelman again?
What?
You sound like Mr. Brockelman.
Hey, lady, if my name was Brockeling, then my wife would be Mrs. Brockeling, which she isn't. Now, I don't know who this deadbeat is, but it's none of my business. All I know is the guy wants a wash and a wax, and if he don't get it, I'm going to get a nasty phone call. Now, if you don't mind, just tell me where he is, or you can tell your boss why he's got to drive around this weekend in a dusty buggy.
Well, he had an appointment at 9 sharp with Mr. Clayton, Clayton Development Corporation.
All right, I'll hop right over there.
Oh, but he's not there yet. At least he wasn't there 15 minutes ago when they called. Is there a number where Mr. Champlain can reach you when he calls in?
No, that's okay. It looks like rain anyway.
Good morning.
Good morning, I gotta go.
What time is it?
It's late. Listen, here's your script. Get on this right away.
Okay.
You sure you know what to do now?
Richie, believe it or not, I got a 3.5 grade average.
That's good. Now, don't go out. I'm gonna have the coffee shop send over some breakfast. And don't worry, we're gonna get him.
You betcha.
Mr. Brockelman, Mr. Wolf's death was both tragic and unexpected. He was a friend, as well as a gifted executive. But what has this got to do with Edgar's insurance?
I don't think he's dead.
What makes you think that?
The pilot of your company plane, Tim Kelly, he's alive. I saw him 2 days ago. I talked to him.
Go on.
You're gonna think I'm crazy.
Mr. Brockelman, please. Sit down. I want to hear everything.
Yes, Davidson Perlman Agency. I'm calling for Mr. Peter Day. We're anxious to make contact with one of your clients, Mr. Ned Wolf. Oh, you don't. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
The way I figure it, it's got to be some kind of insurance ripoff. I mean, $300,000. That's a lot of motive.
So it's 14 million.
Sir?
$14 million, Mr. Brockelman. Oil leases, water rights, options on mineral deposits. The total assets of the Clayton Development Corporation, except they may not be so total anymore.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Mr. Wolf was more than just an officer of this company. He was our treasurer with full control over our books and our bank accounts. Now, do you understand the implications of what you just told me?
Boy, I sure do, sir, and we ought to get the police on this right away.
Mr. Brockelman, discretion, please. The vaguest hint of financial trouble, and everything will come crashing down. No, this must be handled privately. And that's why I'm putting you on a retainer immediately to find Edgar Wolf.
Well, sir, I normally get $200 a day plus expenses.
Find Edgar Wolf, and it's worth 15.
100?
15% of everything we recover.
Good morning. This is Wanda Freelander, Special Assistant to Peter Day for Heyday Productions. We're anxious to make contact with one of your clients, Mr. Ned Wolf. You're his agent? You're his agent. I wasn't sure whether you'd changed representation or not. Our information is very outdated. Mr. Wolf is being considered for a lead in Mr. Day's movie, and we were wondering if we can set up an appointment for him.
Well, listen. Ned's pretty well booked. I'm not sure I could spring him for this. Where do you want to meet? Slow down, honey. Slow down. What's the name of that place again? Right. Hey, now, wait a minute, sweetheart. I'm here alone. I don't know shorthand. You know what I mean? Now, spell the name of that place for me.
It's registered to a Thomas G. Caine.
Caine, A-R...
C-A-I-N. He lives in Pear Blossom on Sunken Mine Road.
Ronnie, thanks a lot. You're terrific.
Well, someday after my shift, you'll buy me a Mai Tai.
Yeah, sure.
Rich, my cousin Myron is having his bar mitzvah on Saturday.
Gee, Ronnie, I'm really busy, but I'll see if I can work.
Rich, work it, huh? Next time, I'm going to send you off to Sausalito.
Okay. Here. Excuse me, could you give me...
5 minutes, pal. Can't you see I need 8 hands?
No, I just need some information.
Try the map. Outside, on the wall.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Mr. Brockelman?
Mr. Clayton, I think I'm on to something. I'm here in Pear Blossom.
Where?
Pear Blossom, and I just spotted a station wagon with the same lettering as that car I told you about.
Have you seen Eddie Wolf?
No, not yet.
Mr. Brockelman?
Mr. Clayton, excuse me, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go. Trust me, the case is breaking wide open. I'll get back to you.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, hi. I'm looking for, Mary Alice.
There's nobody named Mary Alice here, son.
You're kidding me, right? Mary Alice Frisbee? Little blonde girl, she's got blue eyes. I met her at the drive-in
You
last
must have the wrong place. Why don't you try up the road?
She told me to be here 4 o'clock. She gave me the directions, but sure this is the right road, the Sunken Mine Road or something like that. Hey, I remember her phone number. Is it okay if I go make a call?
My friend, up the road, huh? Don't give me any trouble.
Hey, don't push. If you see her, tell her I came by.
Brockel.
Richie?
Oh.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I think so. I think I lost a filling.
Stay away from me, goon, you understand?
You're a hard man to catch up with, Mr. Brockelman.
Yeah, sure am. I also sent a letter to my lawyer. He knows exactly where I am.
Richie, you see...
If I'm not back by 6 o'clock, there's going to be police swarming all over here by 6:30.
They're late. It's 7:15.
Yeah, well, maybe I got the time mixed up.
I think maybe you've got a lot of things mixed up.
He's a Treasury agent.
Yep, I know.
Shall we step into the other room? Some of these people you already know. Mr. Champlain, Sergeant Coopersmith.
Way to go, Richie. I told him they'd have trouble pinning you down.
Mr. and Mrs. Kelly. The people on the couch are Edgar Wolf, his wife Amanda, his daughter Pat, his son Ned.
Listen, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be dense, but what's going on here?
Why don't you have some coffee, and I'll fill you in. So that's it. Gordon Clayton's been stealing from his investors for years. We built a tax fraud case against him with the help of Mr. Wolf in exchange for immunity and protection for his family.
Yeah, right. Mr. Markel.
That's why we faked the plane crash. In case Clayton was getting on to me. I was scared for Amanda and my kids.
Yeah, well, you sure had me fooled. Mr. Markel.
If all of these people had suddenly disappeared, Clayton might have caught on, left the country, and we weren't ready to indict. Everything was fine until Mr. Kelly decided to run away. I guess we should have filled him in on the plan from the very beginning, but we weren't sure who we could trust.
A few years back, I ran weapons in and out of South Africa. The CIA has always wanted to ask me some questions about that. And I was afraid if I stuck around, I might have to answer them.
I'm afraid we're guilty of being overly cautious, Mr. Brockelman. We should have just grabbed you when you came back to the hospital. But then we didn't know who you'd seen or talked to. Well, anyway, no harm done. As long as Clayton's still in the dark, we can continue to piece our case together.
Yeah, well, about that, Mr. Markel, I'm afraid we have a little problem. As a matter of fact, I'd say that we probably have a very big problem.
It's not your fault, Rich. My dad said they didn't have a case to start with.
It's dumb. It's really dumb. You see, there's nothing to connect Clayton to those books. Never has been. So if it ever went to trial, he'd just say he didn't know squat about those books, that that was all Wolf's work.
Yeah, but he'd still bust heads to get him back, wouldn't he? Yeah, he would, wouldn't he?
Richie?
Wouldn't he what?
Don't ask him that.
Hey, Rich? Rich, what's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Everything's terrific.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
All right, Mr. Brockelman. What's this about a deal, and where's Eddie Wolf?
Well, you see, the thing is, he didn't really want to talk to you, Mr. Clayton, but... Excuse me. He did give me these, and he said to tell you the price was going to be $250,000.
What?
That punk bookkeeper. No, I said was. Now that I've found him, he just wants to give them away, provided that you will simply leave him alone.
Let me see the books.
Now, if you recall our conversation this morning, the one pertaining to my fee, I think the figure of 15% was bandied about.
You talk too much, Sonny.
Well, I suppose we could bandy 5% just as a sort of jumping off place.
Did Mr. Wolf tell you what these are, Mr. Brockelman?
Oh, no, sir. He didn't skin me, did he? I mean, those are your books, aren't they?
Oh, they're very definitely my books.
That's good.
And now I'd like to see my treasurer. I'd like to see Eddie Wolf.
Well, the thing of it is, Mr. Clayton.
Move.
Hey. The kid's been wired.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You did it. You really did it.
Yeah, well, that's what they pay me for.
Who pays you for? Your client's about to get booked.
Oh, yeah, well, that happens in this business.
You know, Rich, it was my fault that your client got booked, and, I'd like to pay you a little something.
Would you forget it?
Well, I mean, I can't afford $200 a day,
You know,
plus expenses.
I don't normally get 200.
But I could afford, $10.
Would you just forget it, please?
Rich, I insist. You see, I just happen to have this, roll of quarters.
Saturday night, it's the Bob Hope All-Star Comedy Special from Australia with guests Barbara Eden, Florence Henderson, Charo, and more. Then a special all-new Columbo, How to Dial a Murder. Columbo must prove that an attack by dogs was really murder when a psychologist gives Pavlov's theory a sinister twist. The Bob Hope Special, an all-new Columbo, Saturday starting at 8, 7 Central on NBC. Stay tuned now for Quincy, next.
Son of the business, huh?
I'm Jim Rockford. I've been on vacation. I came back to see how Richie was doing. Hey, you've been doing a good job.
Ah, you don't have to say that.
No, really, you're getting the job done.
Really?
So you got busted, huh?
There's been an accident, but he's going to be okay.
My husband is dead. He died 11 days ago.
Hi, I'm Charlie Perkins, Perkins Pest Control. I mean, $300,000. That's a lot of motive. I got this plan. We're going to have to stay here tonight.
Sure.
I said let go of my shirt! School's out. Sun's coming up and the days are getting longer. No doubt. California girls got me feeling stronger. Everybody's hanging around. Wind is strong and the surf is steady. Everybody's playing it down. Bop, bop, trying to be cool, but you know they're ready. Just can't imagine what the world would be without a West Coast woman getting next to me. Short bed Chevy by the bright blue sea. Oh, school's out. Summer's coming, school's out. Don't you know school's out? Summer's coming, school's out.
Versions of Richie Brockelman are brought to you tonight by Ford and your local Ford dealer.
Tell my wife. Eileen Kelly. Warner Apartments. Warner Apartments.
Yes?
Dave? Lou. We caught up with him near Ridge Highway. He went over the side.
Is he dead?
No, some kid was there, pulled him out of the car.
Did you get them?
Look, there were people there, witnesses. I'm not sticking my neck out without orders.
Yeah. I'll get into it.
Set him up in B, hook up an IV, and type him. You. See that lady?
Hi. His name at the top here, last name first. Fill out all 3 copies and sign by the red mark.
Well, the problem is I don't know his last name first.
But these forms have to...
Well, he said that he had a wife at some apartment building. I'll tell you what, why don't I bring her back here, okay?
Well, you better bring somebody back or you'll have to take that man elsewhere.
Who is it?
Mrs. Eileen Kelly?
Yes?